Oh, hey, it's Tuesday. And you know what that means? It means Chrissy and Tanner from Common Sense Education are here to tell you about a really cool tool that you might be able to use in your classroom. And you know what? We come to see you every Tuesday, and we're excited to tell you about a new tool today. I see that Tanner has something to share that is entitled Go Synth, which makes me immediately think of my Casio keyboard synthesizer from the 80s, but I have a feeling that's not what this is. So, Tanner, why don't you tell us what it is?
It makes me think of some sort of uh, retro futuristic drug that would be like in RoboCop 5. All the street punks would be doing synth or something, some sort of
Go Synth.
cyberpunk. So
Yes.
I think both of those references date us, so you can get a general sense of our ages at this point.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
But synth is, as we say in our one-liner on our review at commonsense.org/education, an asynchronous audio response tool. Basically, it's a place that you can go to have asynchronous audio-based conversations about topics that may be happening in and around your classroom. Gave this a 3-star review. It's kind of an early tool. It's got room to grow, but it's a nice start. I think it's got some room to maybe add some customization features that would be particularly useful for teachers, but it's a good start and something worth checking out. So if we head over to Go Synth here, see very clean interface. And I've started what Synth calls a channel here that we can check out. So, on your dashboard here, you create these channels, and they're basically like places for the conversation to occur. And you can title these specific things that may be related to a unit or lesson or a kind of routine that you have going in your classroom. And you click in here, and you can see I've got an audio recording here that I recorded, and you place that in the channel to maybe kick things off. And then students or maybe even colleagues of yours can click this little microphone button to record a message, blah, 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 pause. What's nice is you can pause and restart the recording or continue the recording at any time. Then you just post it. You can add a link, just kind of nice for people to reference. You can also add chimes, which is kind of weird. These, unfortunately, I can't pipe the sound through to you, but it's like podcast sound library stuff. And these play at the end of something you record, and then you click send, and you add it here to the stream. You can see here I replied to myself, so you can also kind of thread conversation a bit. And it essentially creates this sort of running dialogue. When you press play on the first one, it'll play through the rest of them. And you can click into any of them somehow. There we go. And comment. I don't want to hear my voice in my head here. You can comment on the recordings as well. So it's text and audio. You can adjust the speed if someone talks really slow. You can share this out. That's pretty much it. It's got this basic set of features, but let me show you when you create a channel, there are some handy settings you can create. So when you go to create a channel, you can create the what they call the intention, which is kind of a neat little branding thing. You set your intention, which is optional, but how often you want this to reoccur, because they position it. If you go to the gosynth.com website, they position it as a kind of coaching tool for either students or colleagues, a way to kind of have a conversation that reoccurs and that allows ongoing feedback and discourse and dialogue. So you can set when these things reoccur, once a week, every week on Wednesday and Friday. You start your channel. You have your link that you can send to people. I should say this is all free. As of now, this is a completely free tool. And then you just start adding your synth thing. You can easily switch your microphone input, which is really nice. And then you're just off and running. Really slick, easy to use. There is no way, and we bring this up in our review, to set a time limit, which would be kind of handy for students to say, like, all right, these are all going to be under 2 minutes or something. So people could ramble, and our reviewer points out that this could get a little unwieldy if you have some rambly students and you're listening to half-hour spiels from 60, 70 people or something. Can be a little rough, but as it stands, a really promising tool, but very early, I think.
I definitely see how this could encourage participation from kids who feel like either hard to speak up in class or are reluctant to, etc. So they can share their thoughts. And for kids who might be more reluctant to, if there's a text-based platform. So in this case, they can just say what they're thinking, which is helpful for some kids for sure.
They can just log in. If you've got older students and they have phones, they can just, on the go, log in, record their synth response and be off and running. And, so it's a way to kind of maybe use the margins around class time to hopefully encourage some reflection. I should say there's also no transcription tool. So, which would be nice to see them add eventually. A lot of apps now have kind of automated closed captions, which aren't as great as hand-coded closed captions, but do some work that can be effective for some students. So there's nothing like that yet, but yeah, check it out.
Yeah, it seems like it would be cool also for English language learners, like if you want to hear pronunciation or things like that as well.
Totally.
Pretty cool. All right. Well, come back, join us again next Tuesday, and come visit us at Common Sense Education for more tools, articles, curriculum, ideas, basically anything you need. We are here for you. So come back and we will see you soon.